Okay?
There really is. You'd be surprised. Even when you've got someone's ear, and this was even though they wouldn't allow me in Albion because of the age of the trailer. When I sputtered out the word Syringa, I swear that girl just turned her head and went right back to her typewriter. It was like, we don't care how old your trailer is right now, we're busy, you know. And yeah, it was quite the wall. It's kind of interesting.
To tell you how bad it is, I was talking to administrative person at WSU about this situation. They pay $82,000 a year in state taxes. So you can imagine what their home's like. His comment to me, he said, Bob, you're excluded, but I did take it personally. He said, everybody at Syringa, he said, I pay taxes, I use the Pullman Hospital, everything I do is in Pullman. I'm just hemorrhaging money. I would rather pay taxes and put everybody in prison out at Syringa. That would be their low-income housing. This is no lie. That would be their home and free rent. They get 3 meals a day. My tax money would be best served. Why? Because my house would be protected from robbery and all those druggies out there, and my family would be safe. And they don't live far from Syringa. They live up there on Snog Hill, I call it. Right up there, past the old Slurpenberg, you know, that hill. Nice homes. Now, that's the attitude that they have at that park. That is a pretty harsh statement. I'd rather see them locked in prison. It'll keep us safe.
But there's a lot of good people out there.
There is.
Yeah, there have been, in the years that I've lived there, I've been really lucky. My corner has had a lot of really cool people as neighbors. But we've had a whole slew of some pretty interesting characters move in.
Yes.
I mean, they literally moved their trailer in before they had electricity. At 3 in the morning, she was out on top of him in a pile of snow with a frying pan, beating him in the head. My wife called the police. I swear we thought an animal got run over in the yard.
But the thing is,
And it found its way into the yard. It was.
But see,
You know,
the whole thing is it just goes beyond the stories and beyond the characters. Latah County is losing a cornerstone community,
Oh, that's true. That's absolutely true, yeah.
and that's where the stories come from.
Mhm.
There's programs, sure, okay, but
The damage could have been a lot worse out here.
yes,
It really could have been. If
it's-
the county stepped up the way they did, whether it was legal or whatever, it would seem to me, and this is where I can get into this subject all night. It was the moral thing to do.
yes.
It was the moral thing to do.
Yes.
Somebody had to step up and go, well, just stop it right here. This is enough. Enough. Until this is decided, nobody moves into that place because no one's going to know what's going to happen. And I was like, thank you. You know, let's get to the bottom of it. Let's
Right,
make something
but,
happen.
yeah, but the community that was there.
It's hard, but it had to be done.
You know, the trailer court and the mobile home park has been a safe place for the outliers who don't fit in.
Oh, that was us.
But yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
We had nowhere
It's
to go.
gone,
And we were above the threshold here and below the threshold there. We were living out on the street. There was no place, hey, on one hand, we hated moving in there. But we were, oh, it's all going to be different. But then we had to go somewhere. And there's a lot of people that end up out there exactly the same way. And that doesn't make me all bad, and it doesn't make, that something good could come of it.
Right.
And it's actually a pretty cool place to live in some respects.
Yes, because it was a stepping stone. See,
Yeah.
see the longtime residents and the homeowners out there.
How long has Grandma lived out there anyway? She's been there forever, right?
Yeah.
Isn't she one of the longest
No, Cookie Grandma?
cookie? Isn't she
No, Cookie Grandma came in and moved in with me 6
Oh, I thought she
months
was
after
there.
I moved
Oh.
in, because you remember Cookie Grandma coming out and helping Chris and helping Amy out there.
Yeah,
Because
I
Chris
thought
is
she
my
was there
mother.
before. I thought you came in with her.
No, you're on. No.
But see, that's at the other corner. I live down in this
Okay.
corner, and she lives over there in that corner, and it's kind of, by the time it gets around the
Right.
circle, the story
Right,
changes.
But see, that's what's so fun and quirky about Syringa Trailer Court is that the cornerstone And the residents were helping the other residents to take that next step forward. Whether it was going to be a new mom, whether it was going to be your sophomore or senior year in college, there was other students there to help and to guide you.
We had a few people show up out there just to finish their cancer.
Yeah.
They just had nowhere else to go. They came out and died.
Yeah, just to come out and
You know,
just
they
to
couldn't afford it anywhere
relax.
else.
Yeah, they couldn't afford it, but then there's people that have turned around, and yeah, there has been some bad eggs out there in the trailer court. But there's also bad eggs in Moscow as well.
Yeah. One of the
Okay.
things I regret not bringing here today.
And that out there in Syringa Trailer Court, you know, we had each other's back. We could count on each other. I could go down to Amy's and say, Amy, can I borrow a cup of milk? Or Amy, hey, I need some help.
Tire's flat.
Tire's flat. I could walk down to Jim's and he would fix my tire for me. If I had car problems, he was the person. If I needed help to make a batch of cookies for the kids in the trailer park, I can go, Amy, let's go make some cookies together and give it to the kids and let's do this. And everybody was there because we could count on everybody. Since these past 5 years, that's the only people that we could count on that had our backs to turn around and say, we are here, we are somebody.
You know, not to change the subject, but
Anyway,
one of the things that I regret not bringing here tonight, and I set it out on the sidewalk and I walked right past it, was a fire extinguisher. And this speaks to another problem we've got out there, and I think it's probably pertinent that everybody hear this. What you get is you get owners of a trailer. I don't care how they ended up with it. There are a myriad of stories about how someone ends up with a trailer. But they will bring anyone and everyone who is desperate for a place to live and put them in there. And I'm telling you, people, you shouldn't put your dogs in these places. And right out of my back door, next to Bob's house, we had a fire. It was shortly after we moved in here. Well, no, I'm not even. Just a bad one. And it was in the summer, and the door was open to my house, and I was within an earshot of anybody standing in this room. And that place caught fire, and before it was over, a baby died. And I had this fire extinguisher. It was an overly sized fire extinguisher, and it came out of a business that was here in town years ago. But it still had a charge in it. It was about yay big around, about yay long. So it's a pretty decent sized fire extinguisher. And me and a cop broke down that front door to try and get into that house. And the room had already flashed over. And if you have never been in a doorway where you're looking into a room that has started, the air has caught on fire. And we wasted that fire extinguisher back towards that bedroom door to try and get in there. And couldn't do it. I still have that fire extinguisher. And I wanted to bring it because it's useless. And the problem is our slumlords. These people don't care if you die in these houses. They just want their damn money. And we're not talking about a lot of money here. Those people couldn't afford a house or anything anywhere else. And so the guy who's making that money is making nothing off of this. That's got to stop. And to me, I've saved that fire extinguisher. I was going to make a bell out of it, you know, how you do sometimes. And it's a symbol to me, and it should be to everyone else, that this kind of stuff has got to stop. Somewhere, someone has to draw a line. And this is where things get muddy and complicated about who's going to make the rule and who's going to enforce it. It's moral, just moral choices, you know. I don't know how to even start here without taking a whole day. But the fire extinguisher, I wish I would have brought it because it would have been nice to see. Yeah, I'm sorry.
James is a wonderful interviewee, by the way.
First of all, just thank you guys for sharing your experience.
Sure.
And you brought up like who's going to make these laws, and that's what my question's about actually is what laws are there for new developments? Like, does a certain percentage of buildings or occupancies within new developments have to be low income? And I guess maybe that's a question for the commissioners.
For city.
Well, you know, and I can answer part of that.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Leave it to the
Is there
professionals.
anyone that knows if there's a required percentage of affordable housing when there's new builds in Moscow? No?
There isn't?
There's no requirement that we know of every current house doesn't tend to have to be low income or anything like that, not that I know.
Well, how could a person go about making that something that happens in this county?
It's actually at the state legislature.
Oh, really?
There are some laws on the books that prevent what is called taking. So you cannot, in any form or imagination, force any developer to have affordable housing. And that's the state
Because
legislature.
it would be seen as being taking from their profits.
Right.
Well, Idaho is very notorious for, as much as they decry federal overreach on the state, they then really push for state overreach on the local and county levels. They're notorious for making laws that prohibit cities and counties from doing things that would actually help the citizens. And yeah, it's very hypocritical. It's hard to get around, and I don't know how you exactly fix that.